Santiago.
Salam alaikum, Mansour. Thank you for the time. When did you hear about the opponent change? And did you had to change a lot of things in your preparation for this fight with a new opponent?
Et donc, première question, c'est et il te demande à quel moment tu as entendu parler du changement d'adversaire et est-ce que ça a changé quelque chose pour toi?
Alaykoum salam. J'ai entendu le changement de mon adversaire un mois avant, je pense. Ouais, un mois et demi. Non, je pense que mon ancien, c'est un lutteur. Lui, c'est un jiu-jitsuka. Et ça change un petit peu, mais pas grand-chose.
So he says hello, alaikum salam, like he said, and so he heard about it a month and a half before. Didn't change really in the preparation styles, even if they have two different fighting styles. But yeah, still a new opponent and still something he didn't change anything in his preparation for, but he's looking for it.
Is this your first time fighting in France, or did you fought in France before in your 24 fight career?
C'est la première fois que tu combats en France. Tu as déjà combattu en France.
Parmi les 24 combats, non, c'est pas la première fois. C'est la première fois que je combats en MMA. Avant, c'était le pancras. Les règles différentes.
So it's not the first time, even though it's the first time in the MMA tournament. Before it was in a different league. So yeah.
Did you watch Brent Primus his last fight? And what did you make of that performance against Chablis?
Que tu as regardé Brun, ton adversaire d'avant? Tu as regardé sa performance? Est-ce que tu as regardé les combats de Chablis?
Non.
La première question, parce que tu as vu le combat de Brado.
Ouais, j'ai regardé un combat de Brad, voir à peu près son style. Il avait perdu et voilà.
So he did watch some Brad matches, and especially one where he looked really into his fighting styles, and so he tried to adapt in the preparation, but you would see whenever he's facing him.
After your last fight, a lot of people who didn't know a lot about you suddenly woke up and they saw how destructive you are on the ground. Did you notice this in your life that more people started to give you credits as the absolute dark horse to win the whole tournament?
Pour être honnête avec eux, dans le match, il était combat. Reconnu, perçu un changement d'attitude envers les gens, perçoit un ordre un petit peu du tournoi, comme ça peut changer. Est-ce que tu l'as ressenti?
J'ai pas fait attention à ça. Moi, je fais mes combats et après, je reviens avec mon équipe et j'essaie de éloigner un peu de tout ça pour pas prendre l'esprit, quoi.
So he's a fighter and he's fighting and then he goes back with his team and he's not really trying to let the media into his mind and whatever happens on the social media. So he's really fighting and focused on the fighting. So whatever happens and whatever people say, he makes everything for it not to impact his head.
That's a good idea. And against Pekaladi, you were taken down, Mansour, but then you reversed the position and you ended up on top. It was a beautiful technique. Is this like one of your favorite techniques to do?
Pose pas compris la question. Combat politique et où tu as retourné la situation vraiment à est-ce que c'est une des choses que tu aimes faire ou c'est vraiment le top du top, on va dire, non? Le combat, est-ce que c'est vraiment
Oui, c'est des choses que j'aime faire. C'est ma façon de faire pour arriver à faire ce que j'ai envie de faire.
So it's something he does. It's part of his styles. It's part of his fighting technique. And let's say whenever the situation is gonna present, he's gonna do it for sure. But we'd see if he would see if the occasion presents, as he says, it's part of his fighting style.
This will be your second fight in Bellator, and it's another one in Europe. The company has been investing a lot here in Europe. Do you like the work that Bellator has been doing here? And was that a big reason for you to sign with the company?
C'est le deuxième combat en Europe, Bellator. Même si on a Bellator investi énormément en Europe, est-ce que c'est quelque chose qui t'a poussé à aller avec eux et à des tournois ou...
Oui, c'était quelque chose qui m'avait poussé à m'engager avec eux. En plus de ça, il y avait le tournoi. Et en plus de ça, la ceinture. Et il y avait le tout, le combo pour s'engager avec eux.
So it's one of the arguments that makes him sign with Bellator. Among other things, obviously there's the tournament, and there's also the belt and the titles. It's a whole package, but that was one of the main reasons he decided to move on for Bellator.
You already have experience in a tournament as you won the Road FC tournament with some high-class performances. Does this experience help you in this new tournament at Bellator? Do you think you have an advantage over Brent Primus in that?
Déjà gagné des tournois en TFC. Est-ce que ton expérience vis-à-vis des combattants qui étaient très expérimentés, etc., peut-être dans ce tournoi, ou bien est-ce que tu acceptes
Bah, je pense que tous les anciens combats que j'ai eus, ça m'a donné l'expérience pour être ce que je suis maintenant et à faire ce qu'il y a à faire pour les prochaines années.
So obviously it helped him a lot, and but as he said, every fight is something new. Even the more fight you have, the more experience you gain, and the more you can adapt to any situation. So obviously it helped him a lot. We'll see in the future whoever he faces.
Mansour, in this tournament format, we already can see who is going to fight for the title next. And if you win, it will be you, of course. Does this bring extra motivation for you on fight night? And did you expect to be possibly fighting for the world title in just your third fight in Bellator?
Pas mal de favoris pour le titre. Si tu gagnes ce combat, est-ce que ça te donne une motivation supplémentaire à gagner ce combat? Est-ce que c'est vraiment quelque chose où tu te dis, dès mon troisième combat, c'est vraiment pour le titre? Est-ce que c'est quelque chose que ça
Euh, oui, ça me motive un petit peu et moi, je fais étape par étape. Je prends ce combat-là jusqu'à notre combat, jusqu'à notre combat, jusqu'à affronter le plus fort et gagner tous les titres.
So it's the motivation is there, especially for the third combat, and but yeah, he's looking to win more and more and more. So obviously, facing the title at the third match is in Bellator. It's something really nice and appreciated. Jay?
Thanks very much. And Mansour, you know, just to build off one of the previous questions, when we talk about your experience in tournaments, does being in a tournament change anything in how you prepare? Because of course you have to be concerned about getting injured and being out for long stretches of time, which would knock you out of the tournament. So does anything change in training camp when you prepare for these fights?
Parler de tes expériences passées. Là, on parle de préparation champ, de choses à prendre d'être blessé, de plusieurs combats à la suite. Est-ce que ça change quelque chose dans ta préparation ou bien est-ce que tu y vas?
Non, ça change pas grand-chose. On fait juste attention à mon adversaire par rapport à son style de combat. C'est ça qui change. Sinon, On fait attention aux blessures, bien sûr, c'est un tournoi. Et sinon, non, ça change pas grand-chose.
So regarding the preparation, it doesn't change much. Obviously, as you said, you have to adapt quickly to the different styles of fighting of the opponent. So it's a tournament, so there are lots of opponents and different fighting techniques. So you have to adapt to that, obviously. You always obviously try not to get injured because that would be a problem. And but regarding the preparation of every match, it stays the same and keeps the focus.
All right. And the switch in opponents here from Sydney Outlaw to Brent Primus, obviously this is a big fight. There's a title shot on the line. There is, the tournament, of course. But does this have more meaning to you fighting a former champion? And, could it do potentially more for your career to get a win over an ex-champ like Brent?
Il va combattre un ancien champion. Ça prend en considération que ça risque de quitter ta carrière, de changer pas mal de choses en ton environnement. Ancien champion.
Ouais, je suis plutôt sur le ancien champion ou pas. On y va. Et il a été champion, donc on va prendre à la légère. Je ne sous-estime pas. Et on va prendre toutes les forces, zéro risque et pour le battre.
So being an ex-champion obviously has his part, but it's a new combat, it's a new fight, and he's gonna be careful. He's gonna look after everything, but he's also a fighter, so he has the mindset of wanting to win every fight.
Et le fait que ce soit un ancien champion, ça m'excite encore plus.
But he's really excited by the fact that it's an ex world champion, so he really wants to face him.
Oh, good stuff. Looking forward to it. Best of luck in the fight.
Je te souhaite bonne chance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mills?
Hey, how's it going? MMA Locker Room, part of Pub Sports Radio. Just wanted to ask you a few questions. So for the people out there that wanted to hear how you define your style in a few words, how would you define your actual fighting style? Because I compare it to like a dinosaur, but like a velociraptor. Because once it seems like you get your opponent down on the ground, they're never coming up.
Je te demande par rapport à ton style de combat, comment tu le définirais? Oui, si tu dois comparer un dinosaure, tu comparerais ton velociraptor en disant que voilà, tu plaques l'ennemi au sol et une fois qu'il est au sol, tu le laisses plus se relever.
Je le vois juste comme un simple homme. Et moi, je suis là pour le détruire.
So, regarding the fighting style, he says he fights like a man, not really like a dinosaur, but even if the approach stays the same way, he really wants to destroy literally his opponent and win over him.
Sunmate?
Hey man, so you're on a roll at the moment. 8-fight win streak. It was a fantastic debut last October. With the thought that that if you win this Friday, you'll be fighting Usman in the semis. Are you quite annoyed that actually you don't get to see him in the final? Because I think that could definitely be a final matchup in the Grand Prix.
Ouais, compliment pour ta série de victoires de suite. Ça arrive à gagner ce match. Tu es quand même déçu que c'était quand même déçu que le combat pour la ceinture se passe pas là.
Peu importe, moi, on me présente un adversaire devant moi, je vais l'affronter. Après, mon but, c'est d'affronter les champions, pour être le champion.
So, thanks a lot for congratulating him. And but yeah, like he said, he wants to fight. Whenever he has an opponent, he's going to fight him. If it's the champion, it's even better. And obviously, if he can win against every champion he faces, that's even better. And if he can win every title, that would be even better.